for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty Podcast.
Hey Thrifties, welcome back to the Get Thrifty Podcast, brought to you by ARC Thrift Stores. ARC Thrift Stores is a nonprofit thrift store chain, and I am your host, Maggie Civic, and we are all about sharing everything that has to do with shopping secondhand. So if you're part of our unique thrift culture, please contact us. We would love to promote your business and your social channels and share your stories and advice with our listeners. As always, you can find us on Instagram at ARC Thrift. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ange to the show. Ange is a New York-based content creator who has amassed over 1 million fans on YouTube. I know we're going to ask her all the things. Her unique fashion styling and creative DIY videos are anticipated regularly by an impressive 86% female audience between 18 and 34 years old. From product reviews to innovative makeup and fashion tutorials, her quirky YouTube shorts alone amassed over 450 million views in less than 10 months.
I didn't know that.
It's amazing. In response to her fans' insatiable appetite for more content, Ange has begun creating long-form videos that'll give a closer look inside her captivating personality and colorful thrifted world. We're so excited. Ange, welcome to the show.
I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I have to say, I've never had an intro before.
Oh,
I didn't know what was coming next. I said, oh, whoa, I guess I did do that.
I love that. That is so exciting. And it's just a great reminder to our audiences, like this is worth following along as they listen today. So let's start there. How do people follow you on all the socials and send you all their love and advice and ask questions?
Oh yeah, please. You can ask me questions. I'm an internet girl. I'm always online. The internet is like my third space. So you can find me on, I don't know, Instagram, TikTok. I'm Ange Mariano, like marinara sauce, Ange Mariano. Except on YouTube, I did have my handle on there as Ange Mariano 97 because I did steal my username from myself years ago and then forgot the password. So I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just make a YouTube.
Change it up.
Happened from that. And then it took off. And now I can't change the handle because the plaques on the wall say that. So I'm like, oh, I can't change it now. So 97 on YouTube.
Easy peasy, super easy. And you can just Google your name and we'll find you, correct?
Yeah, I think so. That's crazy. It is crazy to me, like with all the stuff about the internet being all the bad things about the internet and social media, which I think are like totally valid, completely valid in conversations that we should have. There is a beautiful part to it though. Like I really feel like it has given me, TikTok changed my life. Like it really gave me a sense of purpose, which sounds ridiculous to say about like a dancing app, but it's just given me this sense of community. Like right now, I would have never met you guys. I would have never met all these wonderful, amazing people. Like some of my best friends in the whole world I met through the internet, which is so funny that my mom is like, don't talk to strangers on the internet. And now
that's what you do for a living. But it is, you're absolutely right though. I totally agree. Important questions, but it really has been so amazing for content and creatives like you to really like shine online. And I've got to know, you're awfully young. How did you get here? What's the origin story?
Okay, how much time do we have? I feel like I've lived 100 lives. As funny as it, I'm 28 years old. I feel like I've lived in so many different chapters and I wouldn't change a thing, honestly. I wouldn't. So I am from upstate New York and I always wanted to be in art and fashion. And it's so funny. I have this one friend who she's like, oh, my parents are artists and I feel pressure with that. And I'm like, yeah, my parents are accountants. So I felt pressure not to do math, which I do now wish that I had paid a little bit more attention. That would help me. I'm trying to learn how to sew. Have you tried it all?
Yeah, I sew a little bit, but it's one of those things that you have to really keep up on. And we've interviewed some girlies that are like very impressive. So kudos, you'll get there. And their YouTube is there to help, right?
Yeah, and I'm learning from YouTube actually. But yeah, I always wanted to be in art, but I feel like it's really interesting where I ended up now because I knew I liked acting. I knew I liked being on camera. I thought like when I was little, I would walk around the living room and I would put on the fashion shows on the TV. I would put on Victoria's Secret. I'd put on Versace. and I would put on a little outfit. I would go in my closet and put on all my accessories and everything. And I'd walk around my small living room. Like I would walk back and forth. And I thought that I felt like I never really had a definitive spot that I wanted to be in, which is why college was like a really scary thing for me, because I was like, it's expensive. It's really expensive. And I wasn't sure exactly like what I wanted to do. And I was a year younger than everyone. So it was like, this is a big decision. And I liked art. I liked movies. I thought maybe I wanted to go to film school for a bit. So I never really, I felt like I couldn't find my place. I was just drifting between the different art categories that I maybe wanted to do. And then I was like, oh, I'll apply to FIT. And then of course I had no experience at all. Which looking back, okay, I guess the one thing I wish I would change was I wish I took learning about fashion and how to sew and just more things about the art world. I wish I had taken that more seriously. Of course, can't now. So I didn't get in. And I was so absolutely devastated that I was like, I'm just not going. If it's not New York City, I'm not going. And I applied to FIT because it was a state school. So my mom was like, oh, you should apply there. Obviously, it was my choice, but I didn't want the debt. I didn't want the smoke. I was like, if it's not FIT, I'm not going. So then I went and lived in Costa Rica for 6 months.
You're kidding.
No. You know what's so crazy? I've actually never really talked about my backstory at all online. I don't know. Not that it's like off topic. I just am like, is it that interesting? I don't know.
Oh my God, it totally is, because it's like how you got here and it's inspiring for people.
Yeah, so I went and I lived in Costa Rica.
Okay.
It was amazing. I was just like, oh, I like the beach, so I'll go there. And that was a really cool experience. Other than getting robbed at gun and knife point, wouldn't recommend that part.
Oh, great. I'm sure your mother loved that phone call.
Oh, yeah. I was like, hey, so I did get robbed. But my parents were like, oh, do you want to come home? Come home. And I was like, what are the odds of it happening twice, honestly? So I think
I'll just stick it out.
yeah. And the funny thing is too, is the night that happened, this is so crazy. I just said, I'm an internet girl. I always have my phone on me.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason that night, we were going to someone's birthday. I was like, oh, I'm not going to bring my phone. I don't need it. I've never said that in my entire life except that night.
Weird.
So lucky enough, I didn't get my phone stolen, my iPhone 6 or whatever it was at the time. But yeah, I went to Costa Rica and then I was like, okay, it's time to go to college. And so I applied to University of Hawaii because I was like, oh, the beach was awesome. And then a month before I was supposed to go for fashion merchandising, I was like, you know what? This wasn't the plan. Hawaii seems great. The beach is great. But I was like, we're getting off track. This isn't the plot. Yeah. So at the very last minute, I joined a scam modeling agency on Instagram.
That's amazing.
And I knew it was a little bit too good to be true because I just wanted, I don't know. I just had this mindset of, I don't know. I just had this thought that I could make it if I was here. Of course, everyone thinks that.
Sure.
But all I need to do is get to New York. Like I'll go to school, I'll get to New York. I don't care what it takes. I don't care how I have to get there. Cause we were very like middle class, I would say. My parents are divorced. They're very like frugal people, very responsible. And they were like, you're not going to college, you can't stay here. So I said, okay, that's fine. So 18, I joined a scam modeling agency and the deal was, this is so crazy. Not a lot of people know about this world. It's okay. The deal is that you get to live in New York City for free. You get to live in a model house and they'll train you how to become a model. They'll give you sessions with photographers. They'll make a portfolio for you. And then at the end of it, they'll pitch you to agencies like how a mother agent would. They introduce you. They're like the middleman kind of person.
It sounds legit so far. When did it become a scam?
Okay. So the catch is that when you're there, you have to go to the club, like all the big New York City clubs. So a lot of them are closed from COVID now, but you have to go to the big New York City clubs and you just make it look fun. And that was the whole catch. So the club scene doesn't really interest me because I was underage, by the way, also. Like I had no ID or nothing. I would flash my Metro card to get in. Oh, I'm here with so, and they just let you in.
Wow.
Look, just to make it look like I had an ID. And that was how I lived in New York City for free, which I realized like there is privilege though in saying that, because
Sure.
it's even get into these model houses, you have to, I don't like it. I don't like that world. You have to look a certain way, you have to be a certain height, you have to get approved by someone.
Sure.
And it was crazy too, because my one friend at the time, sorry, this is so not about thrifting, but I swear it all connects.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But my one friend at the time, she's a Black girl. And so the first model house I was in, we got evicted. I was on the train going home to Thanksgiving. I get a call from my friend and she goes, Ange, we're being evicted. I'm packing up your stuff.
Wow.
And I said, are you kidding me? I just got home for Thanksgiving. And so I got the next train back and she was like, well, it's easy for you. You don't get it. And I said, we'll just get another model house, because there was a whole bunch of them. I'm sure there still are. And she was like, as a Black girl, the clubs pay less to have Black girls in the club to make it look fun. This was 10 years ago, so I don't know if it's changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that scene when people are like, oh, let's go to the club, I'm like, it's not really
not your thing. Yeah.
And the DJs aren't even DJing half the time. Not all of the clubs, but sometimes they're just playing a track and I would have it memorized. And then they just stand there and pretend that they're DJing.
This is wild. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in New York. Keep going.
And that's why my teeth are crooked, because I lost my retainer. I forget which eviction it is. I've been through 2 evictions. Not on the lease. Not on the lease. I was not, my credit is good. It's in the 700. But so I get back, I join another model house. I'm staying up really late and I'm like trying to meet as many people as I can. I've always just been the kind of person I'll take any opportunity, not any opportunity, but you gotta, I don't know, do it for the plot, I guess. I'm not so much like that anymore, but when I was younger, I definitely was.
Go for it. Give it a shot. Okay.
A starving artist trying to make it a sort of thing. And but to get back to thrifting, everything, I had one suitcase for 3 years when I lived in New York. That was all I had. And the one suitcase was filled with entirely secondhand stuff, because I've been thrifting since I was a kid, since I was, I think, forever. I don't know. But I think I really got into it in like 5th grade. That's when it really started to interest me. Because when you're little and you're like, oh, all my friends have this brand, all my friends have Abercrombie. I had to beg my mom. I begged and begged, please, mom, let me get the graphic Abercrombie shirt. And then she finally got me one from like the clearance section. And I was like, over the moon. This is
not it.
Yeah. I was like, this is like off season or whatever. But yeah, so I got to the second model house. I was there staying up really late because you have to be out like 3 nights a week. That's like the deal. And then you can go out extra nights and they'll pay you some money. And they were definitely making so much money off of us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my, must have been crazy. So the second model house I was in, it was this huge penthouse and we had to go through the back door we weren't allowed to use the front door.
You are lucky you are alive from this.
I know, it is crazy, actually. It is crazy. That's why, what I think about, not to go so off topic, but I hope I'm more successful. I hope we all are reach for the moon. And I'm like, if I think I want kids someday, and it's like, how do you make it so they're not, I'm trying not to swear. How do you make it so they're not entitled little narcissists that get everything that they want? Because I think of the things that I did 10 years ago and I'm like, gosh, I wouldn't want my kids doing that. But then I'm also like, I think that those experiences really shaped me so much as a person. So it's hard to, I don't know, they'll be in the thrift store, which I guess.
Which is good. That's the best place to start with entitlement.
Yeah, but I don't know, I just would see like very fashionable people, even at the clubs. I would see fashionable people being in New York. I would watch the runway shows and they just had this like magic to them. And I wanted to have it so bad. I wanted it so bad and I didn't know how to do it. I've always been the kid that like had to try very hard.
Sure.
I'm not good at anything naturally. Like it's not, I don't know. I would just see these people. They would walk with such confidence and they would look so cool. And I just
In New
wanted
York
that.
City. That's incredible.
Yeah, I wanted it so bad. And it's so funny too. You had someone else on here who she ran Sammy Vintage. It's
Oh
a
yeah.
blog.
And
I
she did the
still,
tours.
yes, I have
Yes.
looked at that blog since I was a kid.
You're
So it was
kidding.
crazy. No, I'm not kidding. And I still use it as a reference.
She's
So,
great. She knows every place in all 5
yes,
boroughs.
she
Yeah.
knows everything. So it was so crazy when I was listening to that one podcast because I was like, whoa, I felt
Yeah.
like she's like a celebrity to me. I was like, that's,
Yeah. And you know all the stories that she referenced and all of that
oh,
too.
yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Oh, yeah. Because I have a whole list on my phone when
Oh,
you're in
I love
Thrift.
it.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have it too out there.
Oh,
And
it's very, we're like working on a giant map of all of our guests and the places they bring up. So you got to tell us
oh,
if there's a special
that's cute.
place.
Oh, yeah, I have a
Oh my God,
few.
I'm dying over your cup right now. That is so great.
Oh, thank you. This is
She's so
this is
beautiful.
one of my thrift finds. I gotta tell, I don't think there's anything I wouldn't thrift. I'd thrift
Yeah.
a house if I could,
We
to be
just had
honest.
a gal on here who has done she didn't thrift her RV, but she has decorated it all in thrift. But I was like, oh my God, it does make sense that someone would drop off a trailer in front of our store and we'd totally sell it. So
Yeah.
if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not nailed to the ground, we're selling it.
If I had a spot for it here, that would be amazing if the parking issue wasn't such a big deal.
So are you still in New York then, downtown?
Yeah, I'm in New York. I'm in Queens.
Oh,
A queen in
wow.
Queens. That's what I
Okay.
say.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the model house, you're doing
Uh,
all of that. What got you out? What changed?
oh. Okay. Okay. So yeah, staying up till 4 a.m. every night. I'm trying to get signed. And when I tell you, so I wanted to model when I was a kid. And my parents were like, absolutely not. I was in like some local things, but they were like, you got to wait until you're 18. You have to wait, which I'm so glad that they did
Oh, it could have been
because
dangerous. Yeah.
the world is, I have such like a love-hate relationship with it because I don't love how the beauty standards are. And
Yeah.
people are just like, this is just how it is. And I'm like, says who? Says
Change it.
who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And for those of you listening, Ange looks very similar to Margot Robbie. I'm not gonna
oh,
lie.
I don't
It is very because we're gonna have some people that just listen. Go to her content, check it out. Don't forget, you're missing out. Sorry,
Well,
keep going.
I'm also wearing my safari hat. I thought it was, I don't know, now that I say that out loud, I don't know if that has anything to do with thrifting, but
Sure. Did you get it in the thrift store?
of course I did. Yeah. I got that, and my nails
It
look
does.
wearing gloves. I took the opportunity to wear a fun glove.
Oh my God, it's so
I've been
great.
into stupid hats recently. I like to dress myself up like a Christmas tree. That's what I say. If I don't have something on my head, it's not like a complete
The
outfit.
outfit's not complete without the hat. I love that.
Yeah, it's got to be complete head to toe. But yeah, so the model house, I'm staying out till 4 a.m. every night. I'm exhausted. I'm trying to meet with, there were so many times where I felt like I was so close, where it was like, oh, this person works for this agency, and then it would fall through or whatever. But I signed with a really small boutique agency at the time. And then I booked a job for showroom for Prada. And it was
Ooh.
like a week. Yeah. And it was like I was so nervous. It was like a week long job that I had to keep going in for. And I was so unbelievably nervous because I was like, I can't be staying up until all night and then go to this job by 8 a.m. So my one friend in the city, he was like, oh, you can just sleep on my couch for a week and then you can go to your job. And I was like, thank you so much. This is a gift from God. Thank you. And then he was like, it's nice having you here. You can just stay here. And we're still friends to this day, strictly platonic. We're
Yeah.
just really good friends. He was like, yeah, you can just keep staying here. I don't mind having you here. So I then
Nice.
sleeping on his couch with my suitcase in the corner. That was still all I had, was the suitcase. I didn't have any furniture or anything. And I would just lift up my suitcase and pick out my little stuff. And it was because I kept thrifting at this point, but I had very limited space. So I would be shoving the stuff in the suitcase to try to save everything, because I was still a fashion girl.
You had to have your fun stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fun hats and everything. I had to have it. But yeah, and then what had happened was I got signed to a bigger agency and I could start paying the rent. And then we finally got a place as roommates.
There you go.
And Okay, so then how I ended up here was, okay, so I was a scream queen for a bit. I was in a horror. Okay, I'm a huge horror movie fan.
I love this.
Are you also a horror movie?
My husband loves that movie or that show, Scream Queens, and he's into kind of some of this stuff. I'm a little scared of it, but I totally know there's a genre of this that is beloved by many.
And it's Friday the 13th too. So how
Oh my
fitting.
gosh, it is.
They're wearing black.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so I met, okay, have you heard of the movie The Room?
Oh my God. I can't even believe you just said that movie. First of all, it is a movie that haunts my dreams. I watched it when my son was like
Yeah.
4, and I could not get. It's the scariest movie of all time. It's
No.
literally.
Oh no,
horrific.
that's Room. That's Room, The Room.
Okay, then no, because you know what I'm talking about with that movie,
Yeah.
Room.
No,
And
that's
oh
a
my
good-
God, she
Okay.
wraps her baby in a carpet. Oh,
No, not that movie. Okay, there's another movie.
thank
Oh,
God.
you need to watch this one. It's scary in the fact that it's not even scary. It's just really bad. It's like, okay, so it's infamous for being the worst movie in the entire world.
The Room. Okay.
A Room. And they do screenings of it like around the world.
Like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Like,
It's that big?
oh yes. Yeah. And they made a movie about the movie called The Disaster Artist.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm writing this
So
down.
yeah, the guy who plays Mark in The Room, Greg Sestero, he wrote The Disaster Artist, and then James Franco picked it up. I think Seth Rogen was in it too. And they made a movie about the making of that movie because of
Oh my
how
God.
bad it is. So this was in like 2018, I think, when it came out, and there was like a double feature of that movie with my roommate, the one who let me sleep on his couch for 6 months. And he was like, hey, this movie, there's a double screening. It's hilarious. You have to see it. It is an experience. People like throw spoons during the movie.
What? Oh, I gotta see this.
They scream the whole time. There's like little dance that they do. It is, wow. You have to go. And if you do see it, go see it in theaters whenever it comes around back to Colorado. Because it is the best experience to go to a live screening, because it's like, it's nothing else I've seen before. It truly is different. Like,
okay,
so
on the list. Yes.
I go to this screening and I think I wore 2 belts or 3 belts, because the one guy in it, Tommy Wiseau, he wears like lots of belts. It's like his signature thing, which I love a signature thing. I think wearing the same thing all the time is actually cool. I think that is way more cool than following a trend. But anyway, so I think I like made a joke, and then he told me that he loved me, and I was like, okay, that was funny. And this was way before my social media days. I think I had like maybe 3,000 just from modeling or whatever, and 3,000 followers, and which is a lot. That is a lot of people.
Sure.
But anyway, I get a message like 3 months later from Greg Sestero. He says, hey, this is absolutely cuckoo bananas. I'm making a horror movie, and you like the look, because I dress kind of crazy, which is actually funny because that day I was only wearing leggings, which I never do. I only wear the leggings to the bagel shop, which I consider my kitchen down right next to my apartment. But anyway, so he was like, oh, do you want to audition for this horror movie? Can you act? And I'm like, yeah, I can act. I've never acted in my life. So I said,
yeah,
I'll audition. He's like, okay, yeah, we're filming on like the border of Mexico and Arizona. I'm like, oh, Mom, I'm auditioning for a movie. She's like, this is sex trafficking. It's on the border.
It does sound scary. Like your mom. Okay, things show up.
And I'm like, Mom and Dad, there's a blue check mark. Come on now.
It's official. That's got to be safe.
I sent a couple auditions, and they had auditioned like a lot of girls for this. And I get the lead role, which is crazy. This is like right before COVID. So I get the lead role. I go to Arizona. It was, again, that's what I mean by any opportunity that comes, like, of course I was going to do it.
Yeah, say yes. I love that.
So I filmed it. It was incredible. I broke my foot while doing not jujitsu. What's the other one? Doing Taekwondo with one of the Francos.
Wow.
It's the third Franco.
What a fun life you've led.
It's crazy. So and they actually kept the scene in the movie where I break my foot.
Okay, and where can we find this movie? I've got to. I've got to have my husband watch.
Okay, it's called Miracle Valley. It's on Tubi and I think Amazon Prime now. Yeah, it was in theaters for a bit, but it was like COVID time. We couldn't do
Ooh, but all those old gems are coming back now.
it. Yeah, so I did that and then I was like, "Oh, I'm really going to start acting." And then COVID hit and I was so bored like everyone else. Needed something to do to fill the
Sure.
time and I actually developed panic disorder during the pandemic. You know,
Unusual. Yeah.
no, it's not. I feel like it was just such a horrible time for literally the entire world. Like it
Yeah.
was just and I've never had anxiety like that ever in my life. I don't know if you've ever had a panic attack or
Oh, yeah.
oh, they're the worst. You feel
Oh
like
my
you're
gosh.
so it was every time I would go outside, I would have a panic attack. Like every time it was like full blown agoraphobia at this point. I couldn't walk down the
Wow.
block without having a panic attack, like fully shaking, like dissociating. It
Scary.
was just yeah, it was so scary. And especially I was like, I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know. Because at this point, I was like, I'm done with modeling. And I had a side job at a bakery. And I was like, the city is very expensive. You need money to live, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's COVID times. I'm not working at the bakery. I'm unemployed. I'm having panic attacks every day. I don't know what the heck's going on. And the one thing that actually stopped the panic attacks was I started making TikToks to fill the time.
Yeah.
And I think like 2021, I started doing it. And I had like my first viral video, and I was like, whoa,
Oh,
that
do you
was,
remember what it was? What was it?
yeah, it was just like, I think I was doing like photo ideas, just like self-portrait ideas.
Yeah.
It wasn't even anything crazy. I was just like, because again, I was just so bored. So
Yeah.
I
It's
guess that's
always the video that you don't expect that goes crazy.
no, not at all. And I did like a kind of a silly voiceover in it, and it was like 6 million views or something. And I was like, whoa. And I think I had 10,000 followers just from that one video. And I was like, this is crazy. Let me try it again. And then the next one, it
Yeah.
happened again. It kept
And
happening.
let's remind the audience again, because now this is when they're like, okay, I'm going to her TikTok. How do they find you?
They can find me. Okay, I'm Ange Mariano on TikTok and Instagram, and Ange Mariano 97 on YouTube, which is like my main platform. So yeah, that it blew up. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should talk about thrifting. Maybe I'll start talking about my thrift finds. And then people were interested in that. And then it was almost like the comments would like give me ideas of what to make next because they'd be like, oh, what is that in the background or whatever. So then I'd make a video about that. And then the panic attacks completely stopped.
Interesting. I love that. That is really listening to your audience like that for what your next form of content is going to be. They ask you about your cup. They ask you about that's a great idea and great advice for anybody who's new to this. This sounds like really excellent advice. Sorry to interrupt. I love that though. That's great.
No, yeah, it really, I'm sure you guys must get the same kind of thing. People say, oh, I wish you would give tips, or I wish
Oh yeah.
thrift stores in this area. And then you make a map. Like and at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun too. I feel it's
Yeah.
not, it's like that. I think that's what I love so much about social media is I've been told no so many times in my life. And rightfully, I was not ready to go to college, in my opinion. My work was not good enough. I didn't know anything. I don't know. I needed to learn and grow. But and then modeling, you're waiting for that just for someone to tell you yes all the time. And I think what's so beautiful about being online is that those gatekeepers are gone. There's no one to tell you not to post or
Right.
not to make XYZ video. You can do whatever. And I also think not having a lot of money and not having a lot of resources, it really makes you use your creative brain. It makes you, when you have such a limited amount of things to choose from, like in a thrift store, it makes you use that creative muscle. And I feel like the more you use it, the better you get at it and the
Yeah.
better you what you like, the more you know what you like and how to put things together. So I think, yeah, I feel like it comes full circle where it's like my personal taste evolved in a thrift store. Like
Yeah.
that's like my favorite hobby also. Like,
And how did it become like a full-time job to do this? At what point
oh,
were you like, oh my gosh, this is real?
so I had some savings from just modeling and the stimulus checks. I told myself, I was like, okay, I'm going to give it, after I had the first couple like viral ones, I was like, I'm going to give it 6 months. I had enough in my savings for a year. And I was like, I'm going to give it 6 months. And if it doesn't work, I'll go back to the bakery. I'll go back to school. I don't know. I'll think more seriously. Cause I think I was like 24 at this point. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll think more about my future, but I'm just going to give it 6 months and see what happens. And then I got my first deal, I think 3 months into that with Beanie Babies, and I didn't know how much to ask for. I was just so excited to even work with them.
I love it that they're still getting influencer ads dollars out there. Which great news.
Yeah, I was so excited. I was like, Mom, what do I even charge? She was like, I don't know. 'Cause of course, everyone's so hushed too about how to negotiate.
Yeah, it's like insider trading.
Right. And I'm like the worst negotiator in the world. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. Okay.
Yeah, you gave me anything for this thing I already love doing for free.
Yeah. Are you a bargainer at thrift stores?
No, not really. Just because I know the other end of it. It's just like an employee who's just buy it and get out.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, whatever the price is, that's a great deal. Or if it's like not really a thrift store, but if it's like a vintage or like flea kind of thing, I have some friends that like the bargain aspect of
that scenario, maybe I'd be more likely to bargain, but yeah, it's a little uncomfortable.
I can't do it. I'm so bad at it. I forgot what I was even saying, but yeah, I don't know. I just started social media and then it was like, oh, maybe I'll make things now. Cause of course, like I have all the time, which I'm so thankful for. I feel like I'm incredibly lucky and also incredibly unlucky at the same time. Like I feel every day I tell myself like how grateful I am because
that's a good thing to do. Manifest it, make it come into existence. That whole attitude of gratitude brings you more abundance, they say.
Every day I do high-low gratefuls.
Oh, tell us more.
Okay, so like at the end of the day, I used to write it down, but now I just say it or think it in my head. So every day it's one thing that annoyed you that day. Because you have to have some complaining. So I have one thing that annoyed me. Oh, I broke something or I don't know, whatever it is that day. And it has to pertain to the day. It can't just be like a general, I'm thankful for my family, which is great, but like it has to pertain to that day. So then I'll do, okay. And then the high of the day was like, and it can be something silly, like the walk I took this morning or like the coffee. The high was how good the coffee was. And then the grateful is I'm grateful for your podcast and being on it. So like this would actually be my high, I think. But yeah, I do it every single day. And it really just helps you stay in the moment. I don't know. It helps you.
Yeah, an attitude of gratitude is like they say one of the most healthy things you can do. So I love it. All right. So you decide that TikTok is going to be your new home away from home, surrounded by creatives that are like-minded and doing similar things. Walk us through your aesthetic because you have some really unique fashion. Fun, funky, but you also create things like your bush dress. Tell us more.
Oh yeah, the bush.
That's pretty recent too. I'm looking at your Instagram and it's that why? What happened?
Oh, that one. Okay, so every Halloween, I actually didn't even make a Halloween costume this past year because I did this thing called Scary Fashion Month where I was doing like every single day I was talking about like a piece of scary history. Arsenic is one. I actually had a dream about arsenic last night, random enough. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, there's so many anything scary and pertaining to fashion. I did that this past October, but normally I make like my own Halloween costume every year and I usually make it out of unconventional materials. And that year my long-term boyfriend and I broke up and he was upset that I didn't want to move to the woods. So that Halloween I was like, I'm going to become the woods.
Oh my God. Obsessed.
So
it's so good too. Did you sell it? That costume is epic. Oh no. You still have it.
Here. And every time I wear it, I break out in hives. I don't know. I have a weird hive.
It's gotta be itchy. Yeah.
Oh God. That thing is like nightmare fuel being in that thing. I can't see. Like I say that I like use photosynthesis. Can I English? Yeah. I use photosynthesis because I can't see. I'm overheating because it's like I'm covered. I'm like a giant macro
plastic. Yeah.
It's just epic. Plastic and and I was up like 48 hours baking because it took me like 2 weeks and I was getting close to Halloween. And then the one year it was like 85 degrees on Halloween, so I couldn't even wear it because it'd be dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just so weird and funky and fun. And really, the thrift store is part of your whole personality and what you wear. Talk about that a little bit. And you have a lot of knowledge. I want to know about, like, how did you get all this knowledge of uranium and
Oh,
crystal? And you did this one video, again, Margot Robbie-esque, total Barbie outfit. You just quickly went through and touched, no, this is good, this is not, and gave your thoughts on it. How did you get that kind of info?
okay, to answer the first question, my personal style.
That was a lot. Sorry.
No. This is all just thrifted. I'm sure, same with you. I'm sure everything you wear is pretty much, yeah, this is all just thrifted. Everything's thrifted. But I don't know, it's hard to say because do you ever feel like when people ask you like your personal style, you're like, gosh, this is so hard? Because I used to think, oh, I have to dress one specific way. I was really into the 60s. I still am. It's my favorite decade. But I'm like, oh, like I have to dress only like it's the 60s. And now it's, oh, now I'm into the 70s. And now I can only dress like it's the 70s. And I feel like I don't put myself into a box, but generally I like things that are like very girly. I like things that are like Grace Kelly. I like, who else do I like? I'm trying to think, colorful. I like colorful things. Anything that like a doll would wear. I feel like you could see it on like a doll, I would probably wear it.
Yeah. No, and I'm looking at just your grid right now, which is always fun. But you're inspired by movies and something that would just like spark interest. You'll do a fashion on it, even the hair. You really are like living a thrift store lifestyle. It's amazing.
Oh, everything's I can't even imagine. I was trying to think in preparation for this. I was like, what wouldn't I buy at a thrift store? And I was
good question.
No, maybe socks.
Yeah.
I was gonna say underwear, but like I've thrifted lingerie, so that's
There you
like
go. You can't say that
Dream
anymore.
Club.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So you start posting on social, and does this turn into like your real job? And walk us through the marketing of it so that it becomes viable for you to be able to live in Queens, New York, which epic. People are dreaming of this.
It is odd because everything I try to be as like sustainable as possible. I hate the word sustainable. I feel like it's so overused, but I don't know what else to call it. I try to like I won't work with any brand. I don't know if I should say them, but we know which ones we're thinking. We know the stuff that just not, and I don't blame people for necessarily like shopping at those brands because I understand like it is, especially like since I've been thrifting since I was a little kid, it has changed a bit. And I think the more people who thrift, the better it is, to be honest with you.
Good.
Yeah, because you know what? We have enough stuff
To go around. Yep.
there's enough clothes, there's enough furniture, which getting back to the question is weird with this job because it's as much as I'd love to just be, oh, I'm being paid for being like the silly goose lady on the internet. It's no, like they're paying me to influence, like they're paying to buy stuff.
You gotta take it seriously. Yeah.
So it is weird to, okay, I don't buy new stuff, but I also have to promote the new stuff.
Yeah.
That's coming out. But I am like very selective. I will not sell or promote anything I wouldn't buy myself.
That's great. Yeah.
I'll never do it. I will not sell my soul. I refuse to. I don't care how much money that they're offering. Like, I just won't do it. Same with AI. I won't promote any AI company.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because I just think I'm just sitting on the tree branch and now I'm cutting myself off the branch I'm sitting on. That's how I.
Yeah. And keeping those creatives alive and in business is so a piece of this. I love it that you've really built this community and people like hop into your comments and tell you all the things and ask you questions. Talk about that, how that's changed since COVID.
The comment section, how it's changed.
Yeah.
I think people are like just desperate for connection, especially like I feel like there is just a general fatigue. The world is on fire. The world is on fire. People are lonely. And everything, especially with AI, things are so perfect. I think that people are like desperate for, I don't know, human connection and just, I think that's why there's been such a return to crafting, which I love. I have a craft day every Sunday with like my little friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll have to come. If you're ever in New York, you're welcome at our place any.
So cool. And you guys just do like a craft of the week?
Yeah, every Sunday. Right now we just finished making pajamas.
So
So
cool.
yeah, we've made like Christmas ornaments. We do like sometimes the craft just continues if like we're not done. We
Yeah.
have shirts that we found in the thrift store, and we found the beads also in the thrift store. Beads are expensive. People don't
They are.
realize.
Fabric's expensive too. Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yep.
Everything. Oh my God. Do you feel like this too? When I go into a real store, I went to an Aritzia for the first time. Oh, wait, I don't know if I should say that. Whatever, I'll say it. I went to an Aritzia and I was just like, I don't know if it's because I'm so used to thrift store prices that I forget how much things cost new.
Yeah. It's sticker shock for sure. Totally.
Oh, it's shock. I was, whoa, how is this shirt $150?
Yeah.
Which
pretty upsetting.
now that I'm learning to sew, I understand why things cost what they do because it takes time to make it. But also, when you're so used to looking at thrift store prices, it is a bit of a shock to you're like, no way, this can cost this much money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm wondering about your uranium and all of these, again, the knowledge that you have around what's quality in a thrift store. Did your parents teach you that? How'd you learn?
Okay, so I've been thrifting since forever. So I think I've just built up a general knowledge over time. But I think what's also fun about, because this is my full-time job, which like again, I'm so grateful to say that. I'm not like an expert or a historian like by any means at all. But I think I'm just a very inquisitive person.
Sure,
I'm
you
very
want to know where this stuff came from, right?
I want to learn. So I think just over time, Googling, reading, I've just built up this knowledge, and it's fun. The more things you learn, you are there with the cork board and like the red string, and you're like, oh, this is why this happened. And this is how this happened. And this is why this looks like this. And it's also fun with this job because I think people think that I'm like this just encyclopedia of knowledge. And although, yes, I have learned a lot, which I love. It's fun for me as well because it's like I get to learn when I make the videos, which is me, it's the second to the funnest part. The funnest part I would say is like building the little community, but the second best part is honestly just getting to learn about things that I'm interested in. So it's like I'm also learning. I don't just know things. I do the research.
And you get paid to do that, which is so cool. Paid to like make this great content that entertains people. And I love that you're building this community and it's turning into something even bigger. You know what I want to ask you about? Are you seeing, first of all, where do you store all your stuff? Because you're in Queens. How big is your place? Are you able to like storage unit or how are you making this happen?
We do have pretty big apartment. Actually, like we have a 3-bedroom, my roommate and I, and the third bedroom is just a closet.
Oh, wow.
You know what? We'll have to do, I wish I could show you. My roommate's working, so I can't walk through, but we have a 3-bedroom.
Perfect.
I don't know. We just find little nooks and crannies and we put it, but all the clothes are.
And she's into it too. Your roommate is also into it.
Oh, yeah. You should interview her because she's a print designer. So she knows about how things are made. She knows about like textiles. And
so do you guys thrift your neighborhood or is it like a wider spread area?
Oh, we thrift anywhere. I thrift everywhere, but I do have one store that really is my favorite.
Yes, tell us.
Okay, so I feel weird calling it like a thrift store because it's not like a general local thrift or like a Goodwill sort of thing. The prices are definitely like a range, but they're not outrageous. I mean, like a shirt will be like $15.
Yeah.
So it's not Goodwill where it's $2. But the thing with this place, which makes it so good, so it's called Astoria Showplace, or no, it's called Backstage Astoria Tag Sale.
Oh, cool.
Showplace Tag Sale. It has 4 different names. I don't know which is the one, but it's called.
That's awesome. The thrift store has 4 different names.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's called, and they have this thing called the tag sale, and it's the end of every month. It's the last weekend, unless there's like a holiday. It'll be like the weekend before, but it's all the stuff. So they acquire like estates, and then the stuff from the rich people's homes goes to auction.
That's crazy.
not everything goes to auction.
Yeah.
Like people don't buy it, or I don't know, they just don't think it's like valuable enough to go
Yeah.
to auction. So then it goes to the showroom and the stuff is like severely discounted. I'm talking
Wow.
like I found like a Ralph Lauren crazy quilt vest, and online they're selling for $1,500, and I
Oh
found
my
it for
gosh.
so you can find literally my entire house is furnished from this place, like furnished, everything,
Crazy.
every knickknack. It is the best. It's the best. They have the best
And like,
stuff.
how do you, I've always wanted to ask a New Yorker this, how do you get your stuff home? If you like get a little couch, how do you get it? You like drag it through the
Oh,
streets in New York?
yeah, pretty much. You bring it on the subway. And
That's
it's kind of
awesome.
funny, like if people will be like cheering you on, they're like, nice find or whatever. Like they'll
Yeah.
help. And I've seen people, I have brought stuff on the subway, or like you get an XL Uber, or sometimes you can't do that. Luckily, I'm like my parents, because I'm from upstate New York. If
They can
my
come
dad
help.
is here for a weekend, I'm like, hey, remember when you and mom got divorced that one time when I was like a kid? I have a really nice
I need to
dresser.
borrow your car.
Yeah.
That's
So,
incredible.
but yeah, you can rent a U-Haul, which I've never driven here. I'm too scared to, but yeah, people find a way. We're very
Yeah.
resourceful. Oh, this mirror, maybe I can show you.
Yeah. Oh,
This
that's awesome.
mirror- yeah, this is
Oh my
all
gosh.
literally every single thing on here is thrifted, but this
Amazing.
mirror, you can't really see it. I guess you can, but
It's kind of got the 80s vibe too down at the bottom with the coral and the
I
teal.
love postmodern. I love Art Deco or Art Deco adjacent thing. I love it. But I found it on Facebook Marketplace and it was in Staten Island. So I like rode the ferry with that giant thing
That's
and
incredible.
wrapped it in a blanket. And then I rode the subway with it. And people were like, nice mirror. And I was
Good
like,
job. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't break it. Get it all the way home. That's amazing. Now, is it a thing in New York? Obviously, I'm not a New Yorker, so it probably sounds like a ridiculous question, but you guys rent and do you move around a lot? Is that a thing?
You know what's funny is okay, so this is the longest I've ever been, or no, is it? No, it's the second. So I have moved like 11 times here.
Wow. Yeah, that's like a thing, right?
Yes, but I will say I feel like I found home base. I feel like
Interesting.
I'll stay here for hopefully a long time. I
Yeah.
really, the neighborhood's amazing. I like the apartment, but I've moved so many times. This was like, especially suitcase days. I was moving a lot because it was
Yeah.
like the rent would go up and then I'd be like, oh, I have to move again. But Astoria, I love the neighborhood. It's like the safest neighborhood.
You got to tell us about your cats too, because your
Oh,
cat
yeah.
content is off the charts.
I'm a
Why?
crazy cat lady. Do you have cats? Are you a cat lady?
No, I have one little tiny dog who's slightly anorexic. I appreciate cats so much. And what you're doing there is pretty special. Do you gotta describe this for
Cats
our
are not
listeners?
stray cats. It's actually crazy because as long as I've lived here, I didn't know that there were like stray cats. I've never seen them in New York. And when we
You
moved
brought
in
them
here,
all to your house now.
I guess I also manifested this because I was playing Minecraft and I was like, I had a whole, I don't know what you call I guess a colony. I had a colony of cats in Minecraft. And then we moved here and I was looking outside and I was like, is that a cat out there? I was like, oh, it
That
must be
is
someone's
so
cat.
funny.
And then I saw a different cat and then a different cat. And I was like, where are these cats spawning from? They're all just appearing. So I asked the downstairs neighbor and they're like, oh yeah, that's Scruff the cat. And I'm like,
Oh, they all have names.
oh, we have a note log of pictures of them. It's like we're building like an investigation or something. Like, and
That
they
is incredible.
I'll follow have to pull it up, but it's like they all have notes and their names. We started feeding the cats, and it started out with 12. But then the way that New York is, it's all the houses are in New York, I guess any city, but all the houses are like connected, and there's like an alleyway in the middle.
In the middle of it,
I
sure.
would look, and there were more cats down the alley, and so they must have learned from their other cat friends that
That you
there's a
feed
crazy
them.
feeding them. So they all were coming over here, and I have counted 24, although
Oh my God, that's incredible.
neighbors counted 30. And I feed them from the window, like Rapunzel, like putting my hair down, except it's just a
With
bento
a
box.
pulley system, handmade. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd love to build like a proper pulley system probably with stuff from the thrift store. But
yeah,
I
such a fun idea. And then you're like rescuing them during winter because you're
oh
like,
yeah.
where are they going? This is
Oh yeah, we built houses for them. They have little houses outside.
wow.
We
And
all
they
oh
use
so
them.
oh yeah. Yeah. And we have it's actually cool because people always say in New York, they're like, oh, New Yorkers are so mean or like they don't you just have to talk to them. I swear, people are generally down to hang out or befriend their neighbors.
Yeah,
So because of the cats, we actually have a neighborhood group chat called Cat Watch, and it's just about the alley cats.
that
Like,
is
oh, this
wild.
visit the
Yes.
vet, or we'll all pool our money together and like trap the cat and get the cat to the vet, or oh, we need more food, and so we'll drop off food for the cats, and it's just a whole community because it was funny because we would notice that people were like trespassing on our property, but like just to feed the cats, like people we'd be like,
That
hey,
is
did
so
you
cool.
the group chat would be like, no. So we'd be like, oh, there's a new person who's dropping off food for the cats.
I love
So
this. This sounds like a wonderful life. Feeding your cats, thrifting, doing some fun videos. I think
yeah,
you've done it.
I feel like I don't know, I live a very nice life. It's like a cartoon or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Like an attitude of gratitude. It's going to keep coming your way. I love it. And I always like to say that this podcast is dedicated to normalizing shopping secondhand. But when someone like you is living this life out loud like this and showing how amazing your life can be with it, it's going to do wonders for our industry. So thank you for your service to it. It's very important.
Thank you. You're I oh, to go back to this, do you ever see the comment that's, oh, you shouldn't be pushing secondhand shopping or you shouldn't be in thrift stores? And mind
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I'm not rich. I don't know. People have this misconception about I
How
hate
much
using
money you make. Yeah.
but yeah, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be shopping there. You're rich. First of all, I wouldn't consider myself rich. I'd like to be. That'd be nice. I could feed more cats if I had more money. But I'm like, I'm not rich. Second of all, though, I think like one, we have enough stuff. There's enough stuff in the
Enough stuff to
world.
go around for sure.
I forget like the statistic of how many clothes were like donated last year
Oh, it's
or what.
crazy. The numbers are astronomical.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's insane. It's insane how much to. So I'm like, okay, even if someone was rich, right? There's enough stuff and
Yeah.
it's all going to the landfill. Like nothing is just gone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think people think, oh, it just goes in the incinerators and it's gone. No, that's not how it works. Like it's
Yeah.
just somewhere else.
Yep. And I have plenty of rich ladies that shop my stores. Because that's where they get their designer stuff for less. And
Yeah.
it's real. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's fascinating. So that's interesting that people are actually making that assumption and oh, you can't please everyone.
There's enough stuff. There's too much stuff in the world. And also it's a really fun activity to use your creative muscle and figure out your personal style. And also financially, it's less risk because you're not buying a new top at the mall. That's
Yeah.
$200. If you're trying out a new style, you don't love it, you can just
Give it a
resell
shot.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? Are you noticing in your local thrift stores more fast fashion? What do you think?
Yeah. I think it's so. Do you ever have this thought? You're like, when I die, like my estate sale is going to go hard. My estate sale is going to be crazy when I
That's
die.
awesome.
Because I have things from like the Victorian era. I'm like, oh, when I
Wow.
die, hopefully I live till 100. I'm like, this is going to be like 200 years old by the time I die.
Yeah.
Because yeah, the thrift store stuff, it's actually really sad to me because
Mhm.
even since I was a kid, it's changed a lot with the fast
Sure.
fashion.
Yeah.
And it's actually really interesting how fast fashion started. I think just we have this like need for escapism and just wanting, and
More.
listen, I love new stuff. Like I'm not saying I'm like I'm not a minimalist, which is a bit embarrassing. I don't have my curtain up yet. I'm gonna put a curtain behind me. They can't see, but my room looks very blank right now. I get overwhelmed by this wall because I'm like, oh well, I see it a lot. I have to decorate it with something fun. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, we have this like need for just escapism and just I think that's where all this nostalgia is happening right now too in fashion. Like nothing is new. Everything's oh Y2K. Everything's
Yeah. They're bringing back the old. Yeah.
early 2000s. Everything is like looking towards the past. There's not like a need for something new, which I find really interesting because that also
Mhm.
happened during the 70s. That's like when with the 70s fashion, it was like trend overload at the time. There were so many things happening in the 70s: disco, mod, hippie, like the wrap dress, the slinky, like athletic wear. There were so many trends happening, which is funny now looking at it, how fashion is now and how rapidly it's changing. But I think there's just this need for like new trends every single week. And it's exhausting to me. I'm like, what's actually cool? Like just wearing what you like. I don't know if it's because
I love that. Wearing what you like. Yep.
I don't know if it's because companies are hoping that people are insecure and that's why they keep buying things, or I don't know. Because I even think, I don't know if you were like this when you were a kid, but I would think, oh, I have to fit in. And if I buy this thing, I get this Abercrombie shirt, I will be cool. And then of course it's like the next thing's on and you're like, oh, if only I had that thing, now I would be cool. But it never ends. And I feel like I used to walk around the mall and I would love doing that, just like looking at the new stuff. And there was something that like switched with me where it just wasn't interesting anymore. And I don't know if it's just because I'm older now or if it's because I'm more confident in who I am as a person, or if the fashion just is worse now. I don't know what exactly it is, maybe like a combination of those things, but like the new stuff and the new trends just like doesn't interest me anymore. It just is not, it doesn't have that same kick that it used to. But versus a thrift store, it's like this hunt.
Yep.
And it's like one of one, not every single
literally
person.
your most unique self.
Right.
Yeah.
And
we're
that's
banking on that, the experience of coming in and touching and feeling still. And we just hope that doesn't go away. That's probably our biggest fear is people who are we just opened a new store in Albuquerque this week. And I literally just got off the plane from Albuquerque. And, you're just trying to create this experience that brings people that dopamine hit, and they buy that local coffee, they come with a friend, and maybe they stay for 2-3 hours. Oh, and then maybe they visit the thrift store down the street as well. It's developing an experience, but it's influencers like you that are going to keep it hot and cool. That's so important to us. I'm fascinated to see what you do next.
Also too, when I was growing up, it was like thrifting, it wasn't cool. This is why I think it's actually great that it's a trend, because when I was growing up and I had thrifted stuff, it was were looked at.
Yeah.
It was a secret. If I found like a Hollister top or something and in the Goodwill, I would be like, oh, it would be a great find, which like I thrifted it was amazing, but it wasn't seen as this like trendy, I hate using the word trendy because I don't want it to go out of style, but it wasn't seen as like this cool thing. So I think now that it's seen as something that's actually like a skill, I think it's great. I think it's and also for people who like can't shop at the new stores. I think it's great for everyone. It lifts this like stigma that it's like an embarrassing thing.
Yep.
But then also with fast fashion, sorry, really quick. Also with fast fashion, it's like these fast fashion stores now are sometimes like cheaper than the thrift stores. And like they have
it's killing us. Yes.
Killing us. Like it really is. It's like there is a bit of like privilege like for being like a certain size and like being able to just walk into any store and like having the
rack. Yep.
And having the time to sift through and do I like this? Do I not like this? Like sometimes like people like there was this one woman I worked with at the bakery. She had like 3 jobs and like a disabled kid. Like she can't go sift through. So I don't blame people. Like I don't blame people for shopping at like those fast fashion stores, but I think like there are some influencers, and you know what? Yeah, I will shame them. I will shame them. The influencers that go on these sites and spend $500.
It's rough.
Because it's crap. That's what it is. It's just,
and it falls apart, and then they donate it to our stores and it falls apart on us, and it's and it's tough.
Petroleum, and it's just, it's not, things used to have so much character too. Like even little, I'm sure you see it, you turn it inside out and you see all these intricate seams and embroidery.
And that someone took the time to make it with care and sign their name to it. That's one of my favorite things is Like the homemade art that we find in our stores is some of the ceramic it's unprecedented. I'm like, who gave this up? Someone probably died, and hopefully we can give it a new home. It's
That's gonna make me cry. I
yeah,
can't.
it's
That's
pretty rewarding.
so. What's your favorite thing to find?
I love Dolly stuff for sure when you can find it in the wild. She's so popular right now, though. There's a lot of like new stuff that comes out, but I'm a child of the 80s. So ET, very into ET. People give me a lot of ET stuff. That's something from my childhood.
Were you ever into trad goth? Were you ever into that side of fashion?
No, what is trad goth?
It's like the very traditional goth where
My sister was super goth in high school.
basically 80s goth. That's like trad goth. Like it's
Oh my God, like what was the guy's name? They love The Cure, but they would dress like Morrissey,
Yes.
that kind of
Snoopy and
thing.
the Bandits. Yes,
Interesting.
that's
Yeah,
all
my
of that.
sister dressed that way. Dark eyeliner, yeah, black hair, and yeah. We've seen so much, and it's exciting to wonder what's next, but I'm with you. I love that the thrift stores are finally getting their shine. It does make me nervous. Again, that's our biggest fear. What happens when it goes away? Do you see any signs? What's next for you in this journey of thrift?
I'm looking for end tables, honestly.
Ah,
I'm looking for
yes, girl.
my room is pretty small, so I'm trying to find. I'm actually looking for this pair of 1930s waterfall end tables. They're skinny, and usually sometimes they're like made from taking apart vanities.
Oh
So
my gosh, that's
sometimes, like,
amazing.
there's only one, but sometimes they're generally like really expensive, so I don't want to pay more than.
I love that it's just that simple for you. That is so refreshing.
That's pretty much it. You know what's so interesting too? I would love to hear like when people are like, "Oh, my best thrift find," because I was trying to think. I was like, "What is my best thrift
Yeah,
find?"
what is it? Yeah.
Honestly, don't know what my best thrift find is because I'm like trying to think. I'm like, "Oh, what's the most like secretly expensive thing that I found?" But I'm like, "Is that really my best thrift find?" I don't know. I think I have some things that are like I found recently that I have.
Show. You
They're
can you
actually
show
just
something?
yeah. Okay. Oh, my uranium. I love uranium.
Yes.
Uranium glass.
There is
So
that is hot right now, and it's getting harder to find, just so you know.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have a black light. I carry this in my purse with me at all times,
Just in case you find it on the streets.
Yeah, and I was actually in a thrift store the other day. There was like an event, and I love how girl it is. It's oh, you need to buy that. Oh my God, yes, you look so good.
Yeah.
Like I love that there was an event at this thrift store in Brooklyn, and it was just a bunch of thrifters coming together, and there was like wine, but I walked in and I said uranium, and the girl working there was like, "It's not uranium." I checked, and I was
We
like,
already
"Crap."
checked it.
Yeah. So yeah, I do have actually it's in the workroom, my uranium glasses.
So
I have chalk in them. I don't drink out of them or eat off of them. I'm too scared. Because
dangerous. Yeah.
yeah, to my understanding, I'm not a scientist, so if I get this wrong, I'm sorry, but uranium is like a byproduct of radium. So that's why
Can't
it
be
glows.
good.
Yeah, it glows like that, but it's not as radioactive as radium. But how you can tell is you take a black light. It's usually like this kind of green color. I don't know what color but you take a black light, and when it glows like that,
That neon. Wow.
when it glows like neon, that's how, if I take this, for instance, it's just blue. There's no
Yeah.
like green. So I don't know. It was really popular in like the 30s. People
And
really,
it really has gotten so much harder to find. Is it
really
expensive
has.
in New York? Is it expensive at your thrift stores?
These were like $3.
Oh yeah, people don't always know what they have.
Don't know. So that's why when I go, just really quickly, I'll just scan the aisles like this just to see if anything like pops out. And I do
Never
look
know.
like a crazy person because I think people who don't, there's some people who laugh and think it's like they know what I'm doing, but there's some people that are like, what the heck is that girl
You
doing?
just gave somebody some interesting knowledge. I like your knowledge of wood too. When you like tap on it and you're like, nope, that's particle board or whatnot. So
Yeah,
cool.
there's things that like, yeah, I definitely have learned a lot from, or I'm like, oh, that's dovetail. That's great. I don't know, things are just not made the way that they used to be. It's such like a cliche thing to say, but it's really true.
It's so true.
Which is so interesting because I feel like in the 50s, people would say that, and it's just gotten worse and worse. Like everything used to be hand sewed. Like there used to not even be sewing machines, which is crazy. Can you imagine? Oh,
Yeah. Now it's made in another country, and yeah. I don't know, maybe we're making a turn towards it, something new where people care about where it's made. And who knows, we're just going to have to keep going. And that's the thing. America has a stuff problem. The guy from Nashville Flippers, says that all the time. He couldn't be more. We have a stuff problem.
We have a really big problem. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, oh, do I have a stuff problem? Probably. But I'm like, at least it's secondhand.
And it's part of being an American. It's part of who we are, is cleaning out my dad's basement. Shout out to my sister who's doing the brunt of this work. But
is there fun stuff in there?
My mom was very organized. So nostalgia wise, sure. Yes. My dad was in the Marine Corps. So we have some funky stuff and all that. It'll stay in the family, but it's just going to pile up on top of other stuff. And then it's going to be my son's problem one day.
And then you think, I think about down the line. I'm like, if I keep all my stuff and I have a gay son or a fabulous daughter, and then they're going to want to keep all my stuff, where are they going to have? I don't know how they're going to have.
Where do you put it? Especially in New York.
It's
so hard. Yeah, we have these giant basements here filled with junk. Oh my gosh, that hat is incredible. But your hair is also incredible. You do an amazing job with these fun hairstyles.
Thank you. I sleep in rollers every night.
Do you?
I don't know how to wear this. Has anyone done an outfit change on here?
No, you'll be the first.
Oh, yay. Okay. I don't know how to wear this. I'm not sure.
Oh my God, you nailed it with Priscilla Presley. That is 100% our girl.
Doesn't it I feel like I should have a beehive or something. I'm a little self-conscious. I don't know if this is correct.
No, it's perfection.
Okay, great. I'm wearing yellow. I thought it was going to rain today. I usually wear yellow when it rains.
Oh my gosh. Is yellow your color for rain?
Oh yeah. It's my favorite color, but when it rains, I feel like everyone's always wearing black. So I'm like, oh, I like to wear yellow because
bring the sunshine. Yeah, you do. I'm going to be honest. I feel like Dolly has a look of this too. Oh, she may have gotten, I need to look up her wedding pictures.
Have you heard the conspiracy that she's covered in tattoos?
Okay, well, I have heard the conspiracy that she wears gloves no matter what when she leaves the house because the top of your hands is the window to your age. But no, I have not. Tell me what this tattoo thing is. I'm dying.
They really say that? They say that those hands are the window to the one will be free. Oh my God.
Yeah, never is the answer. So you have to take great care to moisturize the top of your hands because it shows your age first.
Oh God. I'm a crazy sunscreen lady.
There you go. You'll be
I'm
fine.
just scared of cancer.
Be careful though, because some sunscreens are really toxic. You can't win. Literally, you cannot win. But tell me about this tattoo. What?
Okay.
I'm dying.
I don't know the full conspiracy theory, but I've just heard that I have heard that she wears like a mesh suit and she's secretly has tattoos. But
oh my God,
she just wears a mesh suit so you can't see it.
What kind of tattoos? Is there any info on that? I need to know.
Sure, but if you look up Dolly Parton tattoo, people are like trying to look.
Oh my God, I'm going to be on the Reddit.
They're like, I think.
You're kidding. I'm sure Reddit has a whole thing. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I'm sure my cat's named Dolly Parton. She's a huge style inspiration for me. She just dresses, she's like just happiness. The way
oh my gosh, is that your Dolly anecdote? I love this.
Yeah, my cat's name is Dolly. She's from Tennessee, which is where Dolly Parton is from. Yes. Oh, her name is Dolly.
That's incredible. And she will go on for years and years.
Oh, but I have a crazy story, actually. It's not even my story, but
the tattoos has already got me shook. So go for it.
Just wait. Okay. So my best friend / roommate, who I was telling you about, the print designer, her uncle used to babysit Dolly Parton in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
You are kidding me.
I'm not kidding.
Okay, that is wild. Tattoos and babysitting. Does he ever say what she was like? Was she a delight as a child too, or was she a terror?
No, you'll have to ask her because I think he's passed. He's been long gone, I think. But he used to babysit. She had a lot of siblings, I think, or something.
That's amazing. Oh yeah, she had tons of siblings. Yeah.
You'll have to ask. You have to have her on. She's the real encyclopedia of knowledge.
I always like to ask that. How do we find her? What's her Instagram handle?
Her Instagram's Cover Me in a Dream. And she is the thrift god. If like sometimes I think I'm good at thrifting, she is on a whole other level.
Wow.
She is truly my personal shopper. We'll go to a thrift store and she's like, I found all these for you. I'm like, where did you find that? I walked past that rack 3 times. I didn't find any of this. And she's incredible.
Some people are magnets to stuff that I've learned.
She found this for me.
Oh my God. Is that a handmade
Okay.
SpongeBob?
So I'm a huge SpongeBob fan.
Yeah.
He got me this for Christmas, and I think someone handmade it.
It does look handmade. It looks
Yeah.
crocheted. Oh, that's wild.
It's hilarious. I
It's
think,
perfect.
and I have a SpongeBob tat. I don't know if I can show this on here. Wait, hang on. Let me try. I'm wearing a dress. Oh, I
And
have
that's why you love yellow. Oh my
have a
God.
little bomb sweat too.
It's so cute. That's incredible.
I have yeah. I'm trying to. Oh, I have one other. Okay, wait. I have another thrift find. Sorry, I have a
Huh.
bunch of.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, show me something of yours. Show me your favorite thrift find that you
Oh
have.
gosh, what do we
Oh,
have that's
no.
fun? We've done the dolly. Really my favorite thing is these postcards that people send. And these are like
Oh.
fan letters. I'm a fan of your podcast. I thought you might like this cool print of Dolly. Take care and keep up the good work. This is a gal who's from North Carolina who just listens to the podcast. And I know, right? Those are my favorite things.
That's making me cry. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
How can you send
The
those?
fan people, the people that listen to this podcast religiously, and they will follow you. They're hardcore. And you know what? My favorite thing that they do is they get together. Shout out Marigold, Poppies and Marigold. She's coming in October with a big group, but they come in groups, a bunch of influencers like yourself that are really into thrift. They'll get an Airbnb and they'll shop my stores for a week and
I
send
have.
the stuff. Oh, you've got to do it. And they'll get together and put everything, either they'll ship together if they're at the same state, or they'll get really crafty with Southwest Airlines and they'll buy a suitcase at my store, fill it with their stuff and send it home, or they'll ship it home. Our Las Vegas, we've got this crew of Las Vegas girls, Katie and Vicky, everyone knows them on the West Coast, and they come. That's the best part of my job, is when they get together and they come and thrift, and they can take as much video and content photos as they want. And they're real with me. They're like, Maggie, the store's prices are too high.
I would love to visit. Am I allowed to? Did I just invite? I'm inviting myself.
100%. There's a group coming in October. If you're interested, I can connect you.
Wait, okay, back to the scary movies really quick.
Yes.
So so my friend group that was here, one of my friend groups, we used to have this group called we still do. It was called the Midnight Society. It's a horror movie reference. And we would get together like once a month and watch a horror movie and hang out and like order food. But because the pandemic, we all moved to different places. What we do now is we pick a new place every October.
Yes.
And we go, and we have done Colorado, but
yes,
there's so much great stuff in Colorado. We did Montana last October, but we pick a new spot and then we get like a creepy cabin, like the creepiest cabin.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have the Stanley Hotel up here from The Shining.
Oh, that's my favorite horror movie.
Estes Park is a great place. And it's an hour from like probably our closest thrift store, but it's a cool spot.
Oh, I would love to go. You have to, what? You should come here. You have to visit.
Gotta go.
So we can go to Show Place. Because
tell me about this, because this is the like vintage market, correct? I've got my notes on this.
It's the stuff from people's estates that doesn't go to auction. That's
the one. Okay. And I actually have their Instagram handle, which is NY Show Place. And you've tagged it before. Okay.
Oh, I'm I'm there I'm there. I will go like every single day. It's gotten to the point where like I'm friends with the cashier there, and like we hang out. Yeah. I'm friends with employees. Like
of course you are. You have to be.
The woman who like curates it, she's like moving to the neighborhood soon. I'm like, yay, we can all craft together. So it's
amazing.
Yeah, it's the best. And I don't know if it's the next one. You'll have to come for this one. It might be 2 from now. But they acquired this like giant estate, and this woman was just fabulous. She had one of those dry cleaning things. It like is electric and it moves around the store. Oh yeah, she had one of those
in her house.
Yes,
because she was clothes.
Such thank God and bless her, rest her soul if she's no longer with us. But she was just a fabulous woman that she had.
New York estates are on a whole other level. Yeah.
I think that she lived in Connecticut. I don't know. Wow. But she just had so much stuff. So they're trying to get all her, because it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. And do they like procure these estates, or does like someone who has like a family member pass reach out to them?
I think, I'm actually not sure. You know what? The woman who works there would be a really fun guest.
I might have to reach out, because this is fascinating.
She knows everything. It's so fascinating. And like she finds and the knowledge that she has about it. I don't know. I think sometimes like people move or like they're just getting older and I feel like older people are like, we just want the stuff gone. So they're just willing to sell it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing with my dad's house. We just called an auction company and they're going to come and take it all away. It's just
That's exactly that.
Yeah. So that must be they use a service or something. Fascinating stuff. You have a great story. I love what you're doing. Do you want to shout out one unicorn item besides your end tables that you're trying to find? We're big manifestors.
Okay. Okay. So I have two things actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So my other one, speaking of uranium, is a radium World War I watch.
Ooh.
Do you know about the radium girls?
I do know a little bit about them, yes, but there's a watch.
Oh, so it's really sad part of US history. But so when Marie Curie discovered radium, she discovered that it glows in the dark. So during World War I, the United States employed a bunch of young women to paint clocks. Of course, yeah, of course, to paint clocks, and because the radium would glow in the dark, so they were actually told, this is how they were taught to do it, to lick the brush to get it to like that point.
Oh my Lanta.
But it just gets worse. And of course, the men were given like lead aprons and they weren't given any sort of protection. There was like a really big radium craze. There was radium condoms, there was radium toothpaste, radium water. There was
imagine, yikes.
It was good. It makes you wonder because sometimes like we hear stories like this and we're like, oh, what's such idiots? How could they do that? But I'm sure there's tons of stuff that we're doing.
Oh yeah. 10 years from now is going to be causing all of our cancer. 100%.
Oh yeah. Plastic, all this plastic. We're trying to switch all of our Tupperware to glass right now.
So hard. Yeah.
But yeah, they would paint clocks and they would glow in the dark. So that way when soldiers were in war at night in the trenches, they could see what time it was. But a lot of those watches are still out there. I have eBay alerts, but some of them are so expensive. They're like thousands. So I'm like,
yeah, you want to find that in the wild.
And so I bring my little flashlight with me
to the showcase.
Yeah. If anything's like glowing.
Yeah.
That's number one. If you ever come across one.
Now I've got to get a black light and see, because I didn't even know there were radium watches. That's incredible.
You need to get, there's like clocks too as well.
Oh wow.
Just like war watches. Like I don't know if I want a war one, that's dark, but like I want a radium clock.
Yeah.
Because that was in fashion for a while.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And it's safe as long as you don't open it. But I think maybe I'll even put it inside of a glass case or something because I'm a nervous guy. But yeah, that's one. And then there was a popular designer in like the 40s and 50s. I think that she went out of business in like the 90s, but there were these things called princess coats. And it literally it looks like what a princess would wear. They are fitted at the top and they go outward to match style of dress at the time. And they're just so hard to find. They're called Lily Ann. That's the designer. And if you ever come across one, name your price. It's one of those items for me because it's
what you wish for. You'll get like all of these sellers that listen to this podcast reaching out going, I have a Lily Allen. How much are you willing to pay?
I try not to pay. This is so crazy because I don't pay a lot of money for thrifted items, but this is one. Generally, I won't pay more than, or I shouldn't say thrifted because it's not, like I should say secondhand. Unless it's something I really love, I won't pay like a lot of money. But this coat, I've been like, okay, I'm willing to pay like $700, which is like crazy. I've never even bought anything in a designer store. I've never bought like anything. No, I have like secondhand designer vintage, but I've never bought anything from a designer store. I've never spent that kind of money on one item. And for this coat, I want it so bad.
Wow. But you're learning to sew. You can make a duplicate. That's
the thing. Hopefully eventually. Right now, the seams are looking a little wonky. They're looking a little sideways.
We'll put it out there for you. Sometimes the thrift gods shine their light upon this podcast and deliver. So you never know.
If anyone out there has one of those Lily Ann princess coats, I want one. It's just,
be careful. You'll have a DM from somebody going, I heard you wanted this.
I do want one.
That's amazing.
Because I can't wear my like 50s dresses with the coats I have because it messes up the silhouette. Like looks funny. It needs that flare out at the bottom. Do you have an item that you're looking for? Is there like a specific thing, or have
No
you?
one's ever asked me that. Not at the moment. Like I said, when you start downsizing, just a cautionary tale, when you start downsizing your parents, it's a whole different vibe and you just want less. So right now I'm in that era of wanting less where it's just, it still works for the thrift mindset because I donate a lot more than I ever have in the past right now.
Your second Saturn return.
No, what's that?
Okay, I'm not an astrology girl, so I don't know exactly what it means. But
Ooh.
apparently, it's like you have 3 Saturn returns in your life or something. It's like when Saturn comes around to when you were born
Yeah,
or
to
something.
bless your sign. Okay.
And I guess like the first one you have is like your late 20s, which I'm in my Saturn return right now. And it's you feel this need to like organize. And I am feeling that. I have a morning routine now, and that's a new thing for me. I have a morning routine. And then the second one you get is it's like later in I don't remember what, but the second one is like a return to childhood. I've heard.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know, I'm not an astrology girl, but apparently that's a thing that happens.
It's happening full front and center. It's
You're
bizarre.
done.
I feel like it's good. Purging is also part of the thrift cycle, and a super important piece to us is people being willing to let go of some of those treasured items, and it's not always easy. And people like you give it a second life, and that's exciting.
And it's springtime. We're organizing the workroom. That's why it's so crazy in there right now. I wish I could show you. If you ever want to have me back on, I could give you a tour of the apartment because there is just stuff.
Yes.
When I tell you there's a tour underneath my bed of just stuff down there. There is.
Amazing.
I have just
And you can show us the cats, which I'm obsessed with.
Oh yes, I can show the cats. They have all the houses. They have the houses and everything back there. They like
So
they
cool.
actually they'll come out if I'm like specifically if they all run out. It's really cute.
So cute. Oh, you're just doing so much fun stuff. I'm so grateful for your time. Please keep doing what you're doing. You gave a shout out to my favorite inspiration, Dolly Parton. We chatted all about the things you're up to and what's next. Share with our listeners once again how they find you on socials and send you all their love.
They find me on YouTube, Ange Mariano 97, or just Ange Mariano. Yeah, I'm on there all the time making silly videos and whatnot. I'm making pajamas right now.
Oh my gosh, please keep us posted. We're going to be excited to watch your journey. Ange, thanks for joining the show today. We're grateful.
Thank you so much for having me. You are such an angel. You have a very warm aura. You give me a yellow aura.
Oh, I love that. That makes my day. I needed that today for a Friday the 13th where it's feeling ominous.
I know. Yeah. I love Friday the 13th. I think it's fun.
Thanks, Ange. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Thrifties, thanks so much for tuning in once again to the Get Thrifty Pod. Reminder, save our pod and leave us a 5-star review about how funny, creative, and smart we are. And if you're part of this unique thrift culture and you'd like to be a part of this podcast, you can find me on Instagram at Podcast with Maggie. And as always, please follow ARC on Instagram and YouTube at ARC Thrift, and now on TikTok at ARC Thrift Stores. Thanks so much and have a wonderful week.
Hunt for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty Podcast.